Coming up on Cronkite Sports Report,
The original Sun's gorilla is changing lives.
an ASU wrestler guns for gold on the international stage.
An emerging ice-cold injury treatment cools Valley athletes.
From Sabercats to Sun Devils, a local high school's strong bond with ASU football.
And the NBA G League is looking more and more like a true minor league system.
Welcome to Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Devin Gooden.
And I'm Tyler Paley. As student journalists at ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication, we look to bring you unique sports stories with an Arizona connection.
We begin tonight with an ASU wrestler gunning for gold in Tokyo in 2020. Zahid Valencia enters the collegiate season fresh off a podium finish in Finland. I caught up with Valencia to see how he is using his international experience to achieve his championship dreams on the collegiate mats. Arizona State redshirt sophomore Zahid Valencia is determined to become the next gold medalist at the 2020 Olympics for wrestling.
I've been doing it for such a long time since I was 2, so I just continue to put that work ethic. It's just consistency, making sure I take no days off. And now that they added the 79 kilogram weight class for the seniors, it just fits in perfect. It's 174 pounds, the same I wrestled in college. So I think it's just everything is going right, and I'm just looking forward to the future.
Just 2.8% of high school wrestlers make it to the collegiate level, and even less continue forward to international competition. But Valencia's exceptional high school performance, winning 3 California State championships at St. John Bosco High School, earned him a top 5 recruiting ranking and a scholarship to wrestle at ASU.
He's always been the elite kid. He's always been one of the top kids in the nation, but he's also been a kid he's always been a kid that's very hungry to learn and to get better. He definitely has that drive in him on the mat to be the best in the world.
A lot is going right for Valencia right now. Last season he was Pac-12 champion and finished 3rd at the NCAA championships. In August, he returned home with a silver medal after his 3rd trip to the Junior World Championships as a part of Team USA, even taking down the 2016 Cadet World Champion from India. His silver medal helped to earn the U.S. its first Junior World title since 1984.
I was hoping to get a gold, but it didn't happen. It's just a good learning experience and just continue to grow.
Becoming an Olympian is no simple task, but Valencia has a great teacher and role model in Tim B. ASU wrestling head coach Zeke Jones won the Junior World Freestyle silver medal in 1986 and won the Olympic silver medal in 1992. He has also coached multiple champions with the USA wrestling team.
To be the best in the world, you're in a small percentile, you know, in a unique gift, right? This one's the sport of wrestling. But it's just not, talent is just automatic. You gotta work your talent, right? You gotta do the work with the talent that God's given you. And he's done that. He's been given a tremendous gift, he understands it, but he works his gift every day.
Valencia rarely has a day off. Between year-round training for international and collegiate competition, he realizes the importance of dedication and mental stamina.
It's a long, brutal season, but if you keep focused, and at the end of the day, you just gotta be tough. Keep continuing your path to your goal and just stay tough.
When you get a student athlete that comes on the campus, you can ask any one of them what their goals are, and a lot of them will tell you, hey, I want to be the best, I want to be a national champion. You can see some kids that actually believe that and that are willing to pay that price. Every time he loses, he talks about getting better. He wins, he talks about getting better. He's very mature for his years in that respect.
The California native recognizes that the path to success will not be easy, except he isn't focused on the challenges, but on doing what he loves.
It's not really work for me, it's a lot of fun, just going out there and competing in front of everybody. I love the sport of wrestling, so going out there, it's just a lot of fun.
Obviously, all sports and all things in life that you want to be great at comes with a tremendous amount of work and effort and sacrifice and dedication and pain, really, but he's found a way to make it enjoyable.
Valencia is now shifting his sights from the international competition to his season here with ASU. Last college season, he lost just 1 match, and he wants to end this season undefeated. Valencia is trying to use his international championship experience to start the year off strong and reach the team goal of making it to the NCAA championships.
I want to be able to be a team national champs, so that'll be fun, working together with all my teammates. I know we all have the same game plan, the same goal. Take that undefeated season throughout the whole year.
Valencia continues to work as the season is set to kick off on October 27th. Coming up on Cronkite Sports Report,
one local high school's pipeline to ASU football.
we learn how freezing nerves is helping to treat injuries in the desert.
And later on, how the suns are impacting the community from the mountains to the valley. In recent years, Saguaro High School in Scottsdale has been a dominant football program, and as reporter Amanda Whitaker explains, with a Pac-12 pipeline to Arizona State just a few miles away, the two programs share a unique relationship.
DJ Foster showcased his talents for NFL scouts at Arizona State's Pro Day in 2016. Things have come full circle for the former Sun Devil, as he is now a pro in Arizona, recently joining the Arizona Cardinals. But his local roots predate his time in Tempe. The 2017 Super Bowl champion starred at Saguaro High School in Scottsdale, leading the SaberCats to 2 championships in the process.
Saguaro gave me my foundation, and Coach Mon is doing an unbelievable job with the kids here. You know, you can see it every day. You know, they're growing and stuff. So it was a great 4 years that I spent here, and I learned a lot.
Foster is part of a steady stream of players from Saguaro to ASU. 5 SaberCats in the last 6 years became Sun Devils. The only Arizona high school to send more players to ASU than Saguaro is Chandler. The most recent SaberCats to arrive in Tempe this fall are safety KJ Jarrell, linebacker Kyle Soley, and offensive lineman Corey Stevens.
In my 9 years here, you know, I've been a part of 10 SaberCats that have gone to ASU. So to me, I feel like that already is a pipeline that is there. So you know, you always just hope that ASU is in contention and maybe a top 3 school for these guys when they come through here, just because of where the program is at and where it can go.
The Sun Devil Saguaro connection extends to the coaching staff as well. Kyle Caldwell, a 4th-generation Sun Devil, is one of 4 SaberCat coaches who went to ASU, joining safeties coach Max Tabak, O-line coach Mark Martinez, and head coach Jason Mons.
I think there's definitely some Sun Devil pride in here. You know, Saturday mornings when we're watching film, we're always looking at when the game kicks off and coaches are going to the games. And, you know, we had 3 players that signed there with ASU last year, and that's exciting for us because it's right down the street. We can go watch them play or watch them practice anytime.
Tabak said that Jarrell, Soley, and Stevens are fortunate to have each other to lean on as they transition to the next level from Saguaro to ASU.
They can go through the growing pains and the ups and downs, and they have guys to bounce stuff off. They have problems and questions, and you know, there's going to be, you know, trials and tribulations that they go through as they come up. And yeah, I mean, I didn't get to have that luxury. I mean, it's not an easy transition, so to have that, I mean, that's a huge plus.
The coaches all believe in their team's future success, and so does Foster, who attended the team's 72-0 win over St. Mary's on September 15th.
Can't wait to see them kind of finish the season out and keep growing, but they look good tonight. I mean, you see it's 49-0 up there, so hopefully they can keep growing and getting better.
Saguaro has won the last 4 consecutive state championships and have a total of 9 out of the last 11 in their possession. In Scottsdale, Amanda Whitaker, Cronkite Sports Report.
The connection with ASU goes all the way back to the times of Frank Cush. Jason Mons' father coached at Arizona State under the Hall of Fame legend.
Former Division I defensive back Nick Crawford owns Cryo Recovery Lab in Tempe and is dedicated to preventing injuries in youth and high school athletes by making them cold. Very cold.
That's right. Reporter Kendall Valenzuela went to Tempe to learn about whole body cryotherapy.
Joe Cody and his son Braden Smith drive from Tucson to Tempe every Saturday in order for Braden to spend 3 minutes in sub-200-degree temperatures. Braden plays football for Ironwood Ridge High School, and his father believes cryotherapy is the best way to heal every week.
You're playing football, practicing 5 days a week, playing a game. You have to take care of your body. You're sore, you play in a game, your body just begins to break down. you have to have a way to recover it.
Well, I felt kind of like nagging, like soreness, and like injuries wouldn't heal as quick, and now like I have a shoulder injury, now it's pretty much healed all the way, and before it would take weeks or even months to heal, but now it takes like 1 week, 2 weeks.
Nick first encountered whole body cryotherapy 4 years ago with a friend. After his experience, he decided to use his sports medicine background in applied kinesiology to conduct research and find the benefits behind whole body cryotherapy.
I found, there's a recovery niche here. You got a lot of people that are, training and performing at high levels, but what are they doing to recover? And I felt like that was a missing link there.
During a session of whole body cryotherapy, the goal is to get the body temperature 30 degrees lower than normal within 2 to 3 minutes. To achieve sub-zero temperatures, liquid nitrogen is used to get air temperatures below 100 degrees Celsius.
When you get in cryotherapy, all we're doing is we're getting your skin cold enough to trigger a physiological response for your body to think like, oh man, I'm going into flight or fight mode. And at that point, right, when you get to the point where you feel like I can't do this anymore, it's over and you get out. So it's a vasoconstriction and a quick vasodilation when you step out.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has not approved any single whole body cryotherapy device, stating that there is insufficient publicly available information and that there is no evidence whole body cryotherapy effectively treats diseases or conditions.
The fact that it's not research based, you're not actually getting the scientific data to back up, oh, you're actually getting less soreness, oh, you're actually getting less inflammation, you're actually getting back to your sport in less time. I don't know if it's worth it.
There's not still a lot of science out on it, but yet it's cutting edge, and a lot of times if you're waiting for science and research to come out, it's not cutting edge anymore.
Tony Romero manages U.S. Cryotherapy in Scottsdale and believes using whole body cryotherapy is more beneficial than participating in traditional methods of healing like ice baths.
3.5 minutes is the max usually that people are going to do, and it's going to actually accelerate that response better than an ice bath would. You're not going to feel stiff and achy for being in a bath for 15-20 minutes. This is 3, quick, and your body is going to warm up faster.
Regardless of FDA approval, Joe and Braden don't see their trips to Tempe for whole body cryotherapy ending anytime soon.
The days of natural healing, I think, are gone. He can begin the week totally refreshed and injury-free, and the inflammation is out of the body, and he's able to go the whole week and his body feels good. You can't put a price on that.
In Tempe, Kendall Valenzuela, Cronkite Sports Report.
Coming up on Cronkite Sports Report, and learn about where the high-flying sun, known as airplane mode, took off before arriving in the valley.
So Chicago has Benny the Bull and Charlotte has Hugo the Hornet, but how did the Phoenix Suns end up with a gorilla? Reporter Sky Merida caught up with the original Suns mascot to see how the story began and where the gorilla suit has taken him.
Question: how does a man go from making a living where he rarely says a word to now being an inspirational speaker? Just ask Henry Rojas, aka the original gorilla for the Phoenix Suns. The transition from being an NBA mascot to becoming the chaplain of the Calvary Addiction Recovery Center in Phoenix may sound like an unpredictable path to most. But Rojas' journey to becoming the mascot was anything but predictable. After all, who would have guessed that delivering a singing telegram to somebody at a Suns game would lead to Rojas becoming one of the most recognized mascots in sports?
I was doing a part-time job with a company called Eastern Onion Singing Telegram Service, and somebody ordered a telegram and paid extra for the person to wear a gorilla suit, and I reluctantly went, hoping I could get it over with and then take the suit off and watch the rest of the game, but I was already visible. They started playing music and started dancing, and that was the first time out there. Crowd just loved the dancing.
That fateful day in 1979 would change Henry's life forever as he signed a contract with the team the following offseason to become its official mascot. He was beloved for his hilarious antics, youthful energy, and his innate ability to put a smile on anyone's face. Henry had a gift that's been with him ever since he was a kid, according to his brother Art.
He would oftentimes mimic things, personalities, people that he'd seen on television or events that occurred and make light of it. Even as a little kid, he seemed to be very, very aware of his surroundings and everything that was going on.
As the gorilla, Rojas brought cheer to NBA fans across the globe. Now as a speaker, Rojas lifts the spirits of those in need, and as right-hand man, the former Suns ball boy Ronnie Williams believes that it's the man beneath the mask that's truly changed people's lives for the better.
If you put something over your head and put tape on your mouth so people can't see you inside and they can't hear you, how are they going to understand you, right? How are they going to know what kind of person you are inside that gorilla suit or inside that mask when you can't talk to people?
Rojas walked away from approximately $200,000 a year when he left the Suns in 1988, after donning the gorilla suit for 8 years. But it was well worth the sacrifice for the man who is now a pastor to live out his childhood dream.
We know how to get into things, we don't know how to get out of them. And for me to have walked away from it in the height of the career, when the money was big, when it was all happening, to say, you know what, I really love entertaining, but I don't like wearing a gorilla suit, is a real shock to people when I tell the story, and yet inspirational at the same time.
Rojas now teaches the same lesson he learned during his days as the mascot for the Suns. We all wear masks, but it's who we are underneath that defines us.
The most important message that I discovered in that was the message that I give in everything that I speak, and that you are not a broadcaster or a journalist, you're not a gorilla, you're not an accountant or a teacher or a therapist. That's what you do, but that's not who you are. That God loves you nakedly without your mask. And that authentic message, I think, is what everybody wants to know, that they know that they belong.
Rojas is currently working on a book called Belong, Believe, and Behave that emphasizes his belief that we all belong. In Tempe, Sky Merida, Cronkite Sports Report.
While the Calvary Center has over 425 years of combined recovery experience, Rojas is bringing his own brand of support to the center.
From the first gorilla to the first minor league hoop season in Arizona, in August of 2016, the Phoenix Suns moved their development league team from Bakersfield, California to northern Arizona. A year later, reporter Zane Hopin traveled to Prescott Valley to reflect on the team's inaugural year.
The NBA G League's Bakersfield Jam moved to Prescott Valley to become the Northern Arizona Suns just over a year ago, reviving the region's professional sports scene. But before there was hardwood at the Prescott Valley Event Center, there was ice. The Arizona Sundogs of the Central Hockey League called the 5,100-seat arena home from 2006 through 2014.
And then I think when you look at the professional landscape, you know, the hockey team is the only thing that had been there prior. And now when you look at us and where we are at this particular time, we're the only game in town as well.
A lot of our sports is concentrated on the high school level. Usually you have to have a pretty good territorial investment in the team that you're watching.
The team saw instant growth in its move from Bakersfield to Prescott Valley. In the team's last season in Bakersfield, it brought in 506 fans per game. But in the first season in Prescott Valley, the franchise drew nearly 3 times that, and Presson believes that is just the beginning.
In the stands, about what we thought it would be. Certainly there are challenges in the market, but that's not unlike any other market, and it's our job to continue to develop the brand, to continue to introduce our product to people, because I think to a person, anyone that's come to one of our games is shocked at the level of play that actually takes place.
The Northern Arizona Suns had 4 players get some time with the Phoenix Suns, and Elijah Millsap, who led the Northern Arizona Suns in scoring, was called up for Phoenix's last 2 games.
As just a consumer, to have that as an option for entertainment, something I know I can bring my kids to, and that they will be, amazed and enjoy the whole experience.
Going into year 2, a Suns game at the Event Center will cost fans between $9 and $28, no matter the opponent. Compared to a game in Phoenix, where the dynamic ticket pricing can have you spending as low as $10 one night and $75 the next for the cheapest seats. Affordable ticket prices, among other reasons, is why Presson believes a formal study will show significant economic impact.
And I think we are a major player in economic impact within the scope of that region. The reason being is we rent homes there, we buy gas there, we buy groceries there. When visiting teams come to town, we're employing people to drive our buses back and forth for both our team and their team. We're paying for the hotel rooms they're staying in, we're paying for the food they're eating.
We were very happy to get them here, and we're really looking forward to another season. They've been just a great asset to the community, and we appreciate them.
Was it an entertainment success? Absolutely. And they're going to end up, based on that success, growing the number of season tickets that they're going to sell this year as the community continues to embrace the concept of professional basketball in town.
Above the wins and the money, Preston believes establishing themselves as a staple in the region is the most important part of getting the franchise going.
Expand our presence in the community, looking to become more of a household name within the community. And I think that, again, comes with some time. I think we did a really good job of establishing that initially in year one.
So when people are looking for a place to relocate to, and one of the things that we can tell them when they're looking at Prescott or Prescott Valley or Chino Valley, that, oh, by the way, we also have the minor league affiliate of the Suns, the Phoenix Suns NBA team, the Northern Arizona Suns, playing in our community. That's a plus.
And the Prescott Valley-based franchise will continue to build a brand the northern region of Arizona can rally around. In Prescott Valley, I'm Zane Hopen, Cronkite Sports Report.
That'll do it for this edition of Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Tyler Pelly.
And I'm Devin Gooden. From all of us here at the Phoenix Sports Bureau of Cronkite News, thank you for joining us.